This might be our 6th, it might be our 5th, but what difference does it make? In real time, it is April 2nd. And so I know at least that much. I have no idea how many times we've been doing this or even how many more are coming. But this is where we are today. We are going to work on Capoeira Luta Regional da Bahia. Capoeira Regional today. So we have our Capoeira Regional Berimbau. A Capoeira Regional Berimbau is slightly shorter than a traditional berimbau, a little thinner, a bit lighter. The cabaça is mid-range between the violinha, the smallest, and the médio, the medium-sized. It has a very rich tone, and this one was made by Mestre Nenel, who is the son of Mestre Bimba, using his father's recipe for the fabrication and the varnish, which is a composition of a chemical called Brasilac and some other unknown quantities that are a family recipe. Since I'm not from the family Machado, I don't get to know what those are. Então, we will do one quadra and a bunch of corridos. Mestre Bimba only used 2 kinds of songs, quadras and corridos. His charanga, what we call bateria, consisted of 1 berimbau and 2 pandeiros. And so that is what we have in our charanga for today. I'm going to try my best to make use of the music stand, which was donated to us. And so now we're getting into, a little progress. The only thing that's really, really hard is I can't really see that far. I'm not gonna lie. I can barely see the screen right now, and so all these words are kind of floating around on those pages. So if you see me leaning forward and over here, it's because I can't see. It's not because I don't know the song. It's because I don't see what song is next. I'm going to try to do them in the order that Mestre Bimba did them on his CD, Curso de Capoeira Regional. Então, embora.
Não deixava uma noite que te fez a
4, 6, 8 lines. There are songs that were written by Mestre Bimba and sung to the Toque São Bento Grande, which we distinguish by saying São Bento Grande de Regional, so we know whether it's São Bento Grande de Angola or from Capoeira Regional. And so his other songs were those things called corridos, and they're just the back and forth songs, and he did a bunch of them on his CD, Curso de Capoeira Regional. And so if you are interested, you should go look it up on the internet, purchase it, support as best you can the lineage of Mestre Bimba and his family and his work that continues on today. And so we did some music. Hopefully I answered some questions. Remember, if you have questions, you'll need to email them. I know that Zoom is interactive and you can type them and they'll appear on the screen, but I can barely see this far. Don't expect me to see that far to see what you just wrote on that screen. I will do my best to answer all questions in each following class. So the answer will be out there. You just gotta go and find it. And so we will transition.
Thank you.
Before we move on to our next exercise, one quick explanation. Many people assign attributes to styles of capoeira that are not very accurate. Some people say that the description of capoeira Angola is low and slow capoeira. And that's not always true. Capoeira Angola is always played to the tempo and the speed and the rhythm, the toque, the intention, the intensity of the berimbau, just like Capoeira Regional. And so the speed of the jogo is determined by the berimbau, not the style of the capoeira. You can play the toque de Angola slowly or very quickly. And so the same thing is misunderstood in Capoeira Regional, where they say, oh, Capoeira Regional, that's that fast capoeira. Some people believe it's that fast capoeira with lots of acrobatics, which are two very incorrect statements. There's not many acrobatic movements in capoeira at all. It's more of a toe-to-toe fighting art, and so an acrobatic movement doesn't make much sense in an actual fight. And so in order to define your styles better, talk to your teacher and ask your teacher what they would describe Capoeira Angola or Regional as. I use the description for Capoeira Angola as tricky capoeira. The trick can come at any speed, but it's always the way the berimbau is playing. That's how we should move. And to further define how you play to each rhythm within Capoeira Angola is important, because each rhythm is asking you to do something different. The same thing goes for Capoeira Regional. Understanding what the rhythm is asking you to do. For example, in Salguento Grande in Capoeira Regional, that is our toe-to-toe fighting rhythm, whereas the Banguela is more of a cooperative toque. It's asking you to play with the person rather than against the person. The toque de Iuna is a chance to show the beauty and control of your movements, as well as your time to do the balões, the partnered throws within capoeira. So to understand what each capoeira is, talk to your teacher or send me a question and I'll give you a more detailed answer. But you want to know how to move in each style of capoeira, not the misinterpretations of, oh, Angola slow, Regional fast. That's not true at all. It's how the rhythm is asking you to move. And so we'll continue with Mestre Gaivota today, playing music for us, and he uses primarily on this CD that he entitled Berimbau e Dois Pandeiros, one berimbau and two pandeiros, and he played primarily the toque Salguento Grande that he remembered his teacher playing for him. And so we'll get back into our movements. Our next series of movements, we're going to be doing those kicks, that meia lua, the queixada, the martelo, and we want to try and move around the chair as we do them. So we were doing partnered movements of two moves, two kicks. We're going to continue that concept. It can be the same two kicks, or it could be two different kicks, but we're going to do two kicks in each side of the chair. There's 4 sides to our chair, so we're going to do 2 at each side. A quick capoeira tip, what helps me to remember which leg I'm on is I try to always start with my right leg. Whenever we begin a drill, if we're doing 2 of them, I try to always start with my right leg so that I know if I've done it once, then the next time I start, with my left leg. And when you're working with a partner and you communicate that with your partner, it minimizes the risk of injury. Now, when partners are more advanced, they give less physical, verbal cues, they do more movements, and you got to figure it out. But when training cooperatively with a partner, it's always nice to give them a hint or two. My hint to you now is, I'll be starting with my right leg. You can start with your right leg at home or your left, but whatever it is, 2 movements at each of the 4 quarters of the chair, and then going back and forth around that chair. So vamos continuar. Let's continue. Thank you for joining us for our continuation in this series. We will continue to post these, send us your questions. We want to jogo com vocês. We want to play with you. If we can't play with you together, jogo virtual. Tchau, tchau, boa viagem.